This product is awesome, easy installation and very accurate. It's definitely helped me keep a more accurate account of my rides. The variety of modes and functions are easy to switch between, and it's perfectly sized for the bike and being able to observe and ride. I've had the product for about 6 days and have taken it on 4 rides so far. I would definitely recommend it. Hey everybody, I decided to make my review as a list of notes that I made as I assembled it. The thumbnail image on the link isn't the same as the product, for whatever reason. But this is a good quality bike computer for the price. I was a little daunted by the installation process instructions. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that the actual installation was much easier than I expected. My bicycle, it seems, I was made for this product. The only annoyance that I had was converting inches to millimeters for the calculation of wheel circumference. Both the computer and transmitter came with watch batteries installed already. It also included 1 extra battery in the pack. The speed updates every other time the magnet passes the transmitter. I was expecting the computer to be wobbly as it sits up very tall on the handlebars, but it is solid as big as Texas. With my bad eyes, no more squinting, you can see your numbers. The mounting hardware seems a bit dodgy and doesn't seem very solid. Also, the handlebar mount doesn't quite want to wrap around the thick part of a 31/8 handlebar. The screen is also a bit hard to make out from an angle. The auto wake function is delayed from between 10 seconds and 1 minute. I set this device on my Trek Hybrid. It was easy to install and set up. I really like the wireless feature, and I especially like the large screen. The package included an abundance of plastic ties and even an extra battery. The instructions were clear and easy to follow. The product is priced at a good value, and I am very happy with this purchase. I gave this bike computer all great standing stars. It is exactly what it is supposed to do and be. I had road bike and speedometer works great. Outside temp is pretty darn accurate, and I live in Ohio, and this even kept up with all temp changes. Putting this all together, not too bad. 20 minutes max, and that was watching video also. Now, even though it didn't fit my handlebars the greatest, I can still maneuver this to fit and work. I've always been curious how fast I actually move on my bike, so this been fun to play with. I like that it also can measure distance, time, and average speed. I have my doubts it could accurately count calorie consumption, but it's interesting to get a general idea about that as well. The screen is large and easy to read, but doesn't seem too heavy on the handlebars. It takes a bit of fiddling to get everything lined up in the installation, but it's easy enough, and the video is clear and helpful. There are a couple oddities in the instructions, which I attribute to the translation. The formula given to measure circumference is r*pi, but r stands for diameter rather than radius. The diagram does clearly show the measurement as diameter, but it's a little confusing. The one issue is that the handlebar bracket is huge. Like, ridiculously large. With the ends pressed together, it measures 30 mm in diameter. My handlebars measure approximately 22 mm in diameter. We have 2 bikes in the family, and both have the same size handlebar, which seems pretty standard to me. Brackets for lights, etc., are often a little too big on my handlebars, so I guess they're on the small side, but this was especially big. I had some extra rubber strips from old bike lights and used those to install it, but it took 3 layers to get it tight. It would be nice if they gave a measurement for the bracket in the description, and included some extra rubber strips for those of us with smaller handlebars, but the computer itself works nicely, and I am enjoying it with my adaptations. Nice bike speedometer. Has a large and bright display that auto shuts off after a few minutes of inactivity, but will stay on if active. Has km and mph, and an instruction manual on how to set it up. Includes all the necessary parts for setup on your bike. I'd recommend the Nellvita product if you want an inexpensive bike computer and do not want to spend more money for a bike computer that includes GPS, heart rate tracking, fitness app syncing and rechargeable batteries. But, with smartphone apps or fitness trackers, you can work around some of features that are missing on the Nellvita. Included features: odometer, trip time, current trip distance, current speed, average trip speed, maximum trip speed, calorie burn, fat burn, stopwatch, ETA, time of day, temperature. The computer also includes a setting to remind you to service your bike at certain mileage kilo intervals, and it comes with a 12-month warranty. Batteries are also included. The Nellvita ships with 2 sets of written instructions, a brief set of printed instructions, and a longer, more detailed set of printed instructions. Nellvita also provides a link to a YouTube instructional video. I had difficulty setting up the computer and installing the hardware based on the brief instructions, and was able to gain clarity with the longer printed instructions and video. But, the video moved quickly and I had to watch it a few times to figure it out. The installation instructions include a chart to easily convert your wheel size to input into the computer without manual calculations. It did take me some experimenting to align the wheel sensor with the fork transmitter to get a reading on the speedometer without the transmitter hitting the spokes. The instructions show the transmitter turned sideways toward the wheel, but the transmitter hit my spokes when I installed it that way. Click link in description for more reviews.